One and all, welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to recap UFC Saudi Arabia's main event between Robert Whittaker and Ikram. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribing. Click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Robert Whittaker beats Ikram in spectacular fashion. Robert the Reaper Whittaker makes it 2 in a row now against top contenders, that is, at least in the form of Paulo Costa. And Ikram was a very hyped fighter prior to the fight with Robert Whittaker. If I'm not mistaken, it was 7 in a row for Ikram prior to the fight. Whittaker finished him in spectacular fashion. This is exactly why the UFC is one of, if not the most entertaining fighting organization on the planet. It is so hard for ex-champions to reclimb back to the top in other organizations, like, for instance, boxing. But in a decent amount of time, Robert Whittaker puts his name right back up there with the top of the division in terms of the middleweight division in the UFC, after being the champion and defeated by Israel Adesanya twice in somewhat embarrassing fashion. Nonetheless, Robert Whittaker comes back, has the opportunity to face top opponents, beats those opponents, and now he is probably 2 fights away from a championship fight in that middleweight division. What is next for the Reaper? Would it be a Strickland fight? I know that this makes sense for Whittaker to face Strickland next. And after that, perhaps it's definitely a title shot. I'm not sure if that's fair for Strickland. I'm really not sure if that's fair for Strickland. After he was supposed to face Dricus in a direct rematch, for some reason that was delayed, never happened. He ended up facing Paulo Costa, defeated Paulo Costa in a close fight, and now there's a possibility of Strickland facing Robert Whittaker. I believe it's a bad fight for Strickland. I don't think it's fair for Strickland, but unfortunately for Strickland, I think this is probably the closest fight for him. We do have the, I think now official, Adesanya versus Dricus for that middleweight title. UFC 305, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say. And obviously the winner of that faces the winner of what I think Robert Whittaker, Sean Strickland, the next fight for Robert Whittaker. I do understand that Strickland's somewhat getting the short end of the stick here, but still, if you want to reclimb to the top, I think it's you just have to take whatever fight the UFC gives you, because obviously you don't want to stay inactive for too long waiting for the winner of the fight between Dricus and Adesanya, which the winner of that fight is going to need time to recover. Strickland's probably going to end up fighting on the same card. That Robert Whittaker Strickland fight's probably going to be on the same card, probably co-main event for that UFC 305. That's perhaps going to be main event by Adesanya Dricus, and it would make sense for the winner of Strickland Whittaker Adesanya Dricus to face each other sometime 2025. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and like, subscribe for more.